What's up, people? It's me, and pretty productive sports weekend for me. And although I'm sure everybody out there wants to hear me talk about the game yesterday, the second of the two games for me, I'm going to lead things off with talk of the Saturday game first. Washington Huskies played host to the Arizona Wildcats. So this game starts off, and it's raining really hard. It was raining really hard where I was too. I was about an hour south of the game, but it was coming down like you would not believe. I actually had to leave the house to take care of some things, and some of the streets were blocked off because there was so much water. So at the game, we kind of got more of that. Lot of rain, and right away I kind of thought that's going to kind of hamper the offense. So maybe I need to revise my expectations for a lower scoring game, and kind of got that. But at the end of the day, not really. So this game started. We picked up an early turnover, a big pick off B.J. Denker that we turned into 6 points. Can't turn it into 7 because the weather affected the special teams game for both teams, and we botched the extra point, but got on the board quickly. But after that, the offense would kind of start and stop. We'd pick up a first down or two, and then a drive would stall. A lot of punting. We did have one, I think, late first half turnover. And for the rest of that first half, the points we scored were one off of a safety where, the defense and special teams gets credit for that, forcing a safety off of a bad snap on a punt. And then from the great field position we got from that safety, we picked up a field goal. So the offense was pretty quiet for the rest of that first half, not playing terribly, but not stringing together good drives. I want to give Travis Coons real quick credit because I've always been hard on that guy, and he made a tough field goal today, 42 yards in terrible weather, and he did a good job punting today. So I'm going to give him some credit because I am probably too hard on him. I just don't think he's a great kicker, but so far this year he's been fine. So the story of the game is the defense, because the defense really, I think, if they didn't play as well as they did, I definitely feel like the tide of this game would have turned in a completely different direction. The entire first half, the defense was excellent. We were getting pressure on B.J. Denker. We were forcing him to make bad throws. He did not have a very good game. In fact, he had a terrible game. We forced him in situations where he had to pass, and he tried to pass, and he's not that kind of player, and the results speak for themselves. We pretty much shut down their passing game, and got to be happy about that. And their running game, like I said, they have a very good rushing attack. They have maybe the best rushing attack they have at least arguably the most productive running back in college football with Casey. He's somebody who led the country in rushing yards last year, so they're going to run the ball, and they did. Carey had a Carey, there we go. Carey had a good game, but he wasn't exceedingly explosive. He had 132 yards, but he needed a lot of carries to get those yards, so I can accept that. B.J. Denker, we contained him. He had one long run in this game. Other than that, he was kind of just eh. And most importantly, we forced the Wildcats to pass in a lot of situations because we took them out of running situations, which is really what I wanted to see from this defense. I thought this defense was excellent. They gave up one first half touchdown off of a interception of Keith Price, I think it was. And they gave up another one in the third quarter, and is what it is. But I thought the defense was excellent, and they really made sure we were in control of the game, even when the offense wasn't really doing much of anything. So second half comes around, and the third quarter, other than the fact that we gave up a touchdown to Arizona, which put them right back in the game, offense gets on track. Safarian Jenkins gets in the end zone, second time this year, and it's exciting to see him getting back into the flow of things because you really hope he's going to be a weapon when we hit the tough part of our schedule coming up. And we also, of course, had Bishop Sankey get in, and I want to talk about Sankey because the numbers, they don't totally do justice the kind of game he had out there. Um, he was phenomenal. We gave him 40 touches, which in my opinion is about 10 too many. But in this circumstance, I understand it. The weather's bad. You want to run the ball. You want to control the clock, and that's what we did, and that's what he did. Averaged 4 yards a carry, not stellar. Didn't break any huge plays, but he did his job. He was productive. He picked up first downs. He helped us control the ball. And, I got nothing but good things to say about something like that. So I'm looking at Bishop Sankey as the definite player of this game if you're just trying to pick one guy. And I'm okay with him getting all those carries simply because he didn't do much of anything last week because we benched him so early because we didn't need him, so that's fine. But given the weather circumstances of the game, it went about as well as you could hope. The defense clamped down and made sure Arizona wasn't going to run off for 400 yards or something ridiculous. And the offense really just kind of controlled the game, controlled the clock. They punted a lot, but at the end of the day, they put up 31 points. And some of those points were on the defense, but still, you look at that and you go, all right, 31 points. That should win you most games unless you're playing a team like Oregon. So we go to 4-0 on the season, and of course I was watching the other games last Saturday, hoping we would get a little bit of help. We did. West Virginia came through for me. They knocked off the undefeated Oklahoma State Cowboys, and they knocked Oklahoma State below us. So we bumped up to the top 15. I can't remember the last time we were in the top 15. It's been a long time. Feels good. It might only last a week. I'm not too optimistic about this Stanford game, but we'll see. We'll see. And, thank you to them. I didn't get any other help. I was really rooting for LSU to knock off Georgia. They fell a little short. I think I was rooting for Boston College to beat Florida State. They made it interesting but couldn't hold on. And that's what we're looking at right now. So 4-0 in the top 15, but things are about to get rough. So I'll talk about the Stanford game later this week. But for now, let's just enjoy a solid victory, and given the circumstances, as good a victory as you could hope for. All right, on to game number 2.